Hello, all, and welcome back to Not Another Gaming Podcast. This is episode 147, 147 episodes, and I am your host this evening, Chris P., the tallest and the lankiest, and we are joined tonight by three phenomenal co-hosts. I will roll out the red carpet to our guest, recurring guest, friend of the program, rocker of the merchandise, Miss Plumdrop11. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
You know, I'm wonderful. Yeah, I'm a little upset because in Wisconsin they banned Juul pods, so we're not able to smoke them now.
Wisconsin.
So, yeah, Wisconsin, where we're from. But
Yeah.
it's tough. But I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Thanks for joining us again.
Of course.
And then a little bit bigger. We're gonna work our way up. We're a little bit bigger, a little bit older. I think a lot greasier. Mr. Papadom, hello.
Wow, I've been really fluffing you guys up with the intros lately, and I'm so glad that you gave me the same courtesy. I'm doing absolutely fantastic. It is a Wednesday. I actually just came to that realization that we're doing this on a Wednesday instead of a Thursday. So I thought we were 24 hours away from the weekend, but I feel like I'm gonna go take a nice cold shower with all my clothes on, all my wickedgoodgaming.com merch, which you can go to wickedgoodgaming.com/shop. It washes and dries really well, so you could actually shower with all your clothes on if you're feeling really depressed. And it'll still keep its shape.
I'm asking for a friend. Does that help?
I'll get back to you.
It helped me.
Really?
Yeah.
You have to have like a good playlist for it. Like when I was younger, there was like this really cool Jamaican song that came out. And it was really sad. I was like, "When you cry, I cry."
Yeah.
Remember that song? That song banged.
I was thinking about like, wait a second, hold on.
Fly me to the moon.
Yeah, I'm gonna shower. Yeah, no, it's gonna be something sad. Hold on. So like,
oh my god, hand on the wall.
just the water's just like running down. Like the shirt is all stretched out.
Slow
Sobbing.
motion, like a side fist of the
What's
wall.
the Hulk song?
No, I got you. Hold on.
Wait.
I'm about to call her, boys.
All right, introduce Rob.
If I may.
All right.
Yeah, good.
Oh, now it's going
No,
No, we're buffering.
Oh, it's not loading.
You guys keep talking. I'll let you know when the ad is done.
All right, cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
not a problem at all. And we're gonna roll into the
Here we go.
actually, hold on. We're gonna introduce him after this.
This is what you need.
Oh,
Yeah. It's like, wow, everything's bad, but the water's drenching me in my clothes. Maybe it'll get better.
Yeah, maybe not. The cat is like crying outside the bathroom door.
Yeah.
Scratching.
Scratching on the door.
Yeah. Then you.
And then you lock your phone and you see that somehow you have 3 chins and you only had 2 yesterday. It just makes it even worse for you. It's the worst, bro. And then last but definitely least, Dr. Bob. How's it going?
wow. Thank you so much. I'm so glad I get the segue right from like
The 3 chins joke.
the 3 chins joke, sitting in the shower with your clothes on, depressed, sobbing, fucking animals outside laughing at me in the process. This is fucking nonsense. You guys are ridiculous.
Your dog shit outside the door again. You open the bathroom door after
All
a
right, dude,
fresh
I don't wanna
cry.
talk about that. All right,
Sonny.
come on.
AKA my president.
I've literally stepped in his shit so much, and he's only been alive for about 6 months. I think I've stepped in his dog shit more than I've stepped in any other dog shit in my entire life, and he's been alive for 6 months. Whatever, dude. I'm doing fantastic. Okay, I'm doing great.
That's called a productive life. He's lived a full life already.
Bob, I'm so happy you're in good spirits today, dude.
I'm always in good spirit.
It's a long day at work, dude. The dog shit on the floor again. I'm doing good, dude.
Bob, thanks for joining us.
Oh my god.
So yeah, those are your co-hosts for this episode. And without further ado, the most anticipated part of the show, let's go into a little weekend recap.
Wow, I just totally fucked up the sound effect. Wait, do it again. Hold on, go back.
Oh my god.
Imagine amateur hour. I hit the wrong. I'm returning the stream deck. Do it again.
Jesus Christ. And let's roll into a little weekend recap.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
There we go. The stream heard it. You guys aren't there, but
There you go. And Dom, I mean, since you're the one that's pressing the buttons, you're doing your thing over there. I'll let you kick it off. How was your weekend? You do anything good? Playing anything? What are you up to?
oh my god, did I ever have the greatest weekend of my life? And I'll tell you what, it was all attributed to the ribs that I put in the slow cooker on Sunday. Listen, I don't want to go into too much detail describing them because I don't want to get TOS'd. All right, it's not safe for work. The things that I did to the slow cooker, just not too hot for TV. But what I will tell you is that I got Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening for my Switch. It is absolutely fantastic. I only played a little bit of the original. The DX version, like the color version, came out for Game Boy Color in like '98, which is around the same time that Pokemon Gold came out. So it never really gave it the attention it deserved. Finally now experiencing it for the first time, and it's easily the most beautiful game I've played all year, and it's absolutely gorgeous, and it's adorable. It just like feels really good. Even when you're getting your ass kicked or can't figure something out, the game is like cute enough, and like the music is uplifting enough that like it makes you want to keep going. So it's pretty great. But back to the ribs. 10 hours in the slow cooker. Your boy actually live streamed it. I actually live streamed the rib prep. Did a little dry rub, mixed up some barbecue sauces and made my own dry rub. Just slowly massaged these ribs with brown sugar. Made myself a nice little, basically, like Tom Brady on a massage table. So rubbed them all down in brown sugar. I had this like sweet and spicy seasoning that I usually use for wings, and added that second layer on there. Threw it in the slow cooker for 10 hours. Took it out, put it on some more barbecue sauce on there, threw it in the broiler for like 3 to 5 minutes. When I took it out, it literally looked like candy. It was all the barbecue sauce was like caramelized on the outside. It was like I brought it out and I almost was like blinded by how like glistening the barbecue sauce was. And when I went to go pick it up off the tray, the bones just started sliding right out.
Shit. If I turn my camera off, will you say exactly what you just said very slowly?
All right, let's get into it. Let's start with the barbecue sauce.
I saw the video. They looked phenomenal.
Yeah, they were really good. And shout out to everybody who decided to hang out in my kitchen for the afternoon. I thought that was pretty cool, and people seemed like they were really into it. It's really hard streaming when you have like barbecue sauce all over your hands, but I feel like some streamers do weirder shit than that. But
you should have done an ASMR stream with that. Just.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna get like what's like the little ear microphones.
Oh,
right.
Wait a second.
But I'm gonna
you do all the cooking, and I'll caress the ears of the microphone.
What I'm gonna do is cover my hands in like barbecue sauce and just rub them all over the ears.
Oh, it's fucking disgusting.
That's fucking gross.
We're gonna actually dry rub the ear microphone real quick. Just. Oh.
And I'll just be in the background the whole time, Millie rocking.
It's like you did a whole wedding.
Yeah, I fucking murdered that. I took the shine away from you and your wife. That was crazy. That was crazy. Plumdrop. I almost put your government out there. Plumdrop. How was your weekend? Playing anything good? What are you up to?
Played pretty much the entirety of Borderlands 3. So I beat that. Nice. That was great.
Love to see it.
That's where my weekend went.
There you go.
That was the whole damn show.
Yeah, the whole thing. Shorter than I thought, but still good.
I've heard that plenty of times. Dr. Bob, how was your weekend? You playing anything? What's going on?
It was super low-key. I had a very low-key weekend this weekend after 2 whole weeks of dog sitting, which was a nightmare. I wanted to fucking chill.
Oh, I had to watch my adorable puppy for 2 weeks.
Yeah, dude, it's a lot of fucking work, okay?
Yeah, no shit.
I told you, I stepped in dog shit every other day.
That sounds like negligence.
Yeah, him neglecting me. I played a good amount of WoW. Finally hit 40, so I got my mount.
Oh,
so that's nice. I've been taking it slow with WoW recently, and people are starting to catch up, which is good. Like I want Q to finally catch up, and a couple other people to catch up, so we can actually do some higher level dungeons. And then outside of that, been running CS with Chris, Scrap, Private Square, Joey, and Sean finally came back today. So
what about Steve?
Steve joined us yesterday.
Steve.
Steve.
Bunch of good matches.
Steve's a good guy. Steve's living it up in San Diego right now.
Yeah,
I hope he's out there fucking clapping cheeks left and right.
Jesus Christ. What's the matter with everyone? Everyone's fucking all riled up.
Dude, you literally just told us you were going to jerk off with your cam off while
I didn't say that.
Dom was talking about ribs.
What are you thinking about, dude? You're fucking sick. I just was gonna go try to make them when he was describing it.
Yeah, dude, whatever. I'm watching Sex and Flex after this. Keep going.
Wow, all right, hey, not bad. My weekend was all right. I went out on Friday. I had a couple drinks. Worked the rest of the weekend. Played a lot of the Modern Warfare beta, which we will talk about at some point because I would be remiss to not talk about a Call of Duty game that literally broke records in the beta. But we'll talk about that at some point. And yeah, so that was my weekend. Pretty good. Went by too quick, like always. Looking forward to this one. So let's roll right into our topic. So I know it seems a little easy for me to jump into the Call of Duty one right there, so I'm not going to do it. I'm going to keep you on your toes. So we're going to talk about Mario Kart Tour.
Ooh.
So Mario Kart Tour is out now on iOS and Android, but it's getting a lot of backlash because some of the game's features, pretty much all of them, is locked behind a subscription fee. That subscription fee is $4.99 a month for one game to unlock things. And there's literally a game mode in Mario Kart Tour that you cannot play unless you sign up for the subscription. It's 200cc, which I'm assuming is like a different speed that you can drive or
that's
something.
That's the fastest.
Like that.
That's like the most difficult mode.
Yeah. So that's literally locked behind a paywall. So you can't play a game mode unless you sign up for the subscription. So within the loot boxes, you can get variety of like characters, carts, skins. And then if you sign up for that $5 a month, it's called the Gold Pass. So you get gold gifts, which are exclusive bonuses for completing in-game like tutorials and tours and challenges. And wait for it, for that $5 a month and the gold gifts, you get exclusive badges to show off on your profile. Whoa, holy fuck. Holy fuck, can't wait to tell the grandkids about this. It's ridiculous. So just to put it into perspective before I get your initial takes on it, Mario Kart Tour is $4.99 a month. We're going to call it $5 just so everything else is easier than I'm going to say. Apple Arcade, which you get around 50 full games, is $5 a month. For $5 a month, Google Play Pass, you also get around 350 games. And the kind of weird thing is Nintendo Switch Online is $4 and you get granted access to dozens of games. And for some reason, they think the $4.99 makes sense to charge people to pretty much get this content. So me personally, I think it's outrageous. I think it's way too overpriced for it. I think they're literally going off the name Mario Kart, going to iOS and Android and like, all right, let's try to just juice as much as we can. But you're not getting any of the game, really. And I think it's unrealistic to try to charge $5 a month for a single game that is a mobile game.
Yeah.
It's literally like it's the epitome of like gotcha iOS games where it's like you have to pay for everything, which is why I didn't play Mario Run, because you played 2 levels and they tried charging you money. I was fucking pissed at that. So I'll throw it off to you guys. Bob, I'll let you start. What do you think about the whole thing? Do you think it makes any sense for this $5 a month, or do you think it's outrageous?
I was going to mention the fact that they did something super similar with Mario Run, and that you were the only person out of all of us to actually fucking play it. I mean, like, it's typical mobile game tactics that comes with pretty much every game you could think of. I mean, if it's not a free game with egregious microtransactions, it's like $15 for a short game, or it's some weird game. This is like the first one I can think of at the top of my head for a mobile subscription game.
Yeah.
Like, everything else is just you pay
one time, yeah.
Yeah, you pay $8 up front for like an ongoing seasonal type game. So I don't know. I'm sure people will fucking buy it, but look at everything else people already have. You already have a Switch, which is portable. Why would you need to play Mario Kart Tour if you could just bring your Switch with you, or the Switch Lite that just came out, and play Mario Kart 8? Or like, there's also the 3DS. You can do. There's so much other shit you can do with it. There are plenty of kart-based iOS games out that like rip off Mario Kart.
Yeah.
But those are all like one-time purchases,
Mhm.
and then maybe a microtransaction. So I don't know. I don't anticipate it being huge. I don't think Super Mario Run was huge either. So
No, not at all. I don't think it's a subscription thing that's really throwing me off. Like, I get in-game microtransactions,
yeah.
but a subscription-based game, it just doesn't really make sense to me. If it's like the game itself and then like everything is locked behind the paywall, I personally don't understand it. Plum, what do you think about it?
I mean, honestly, I'm gonna have to agree with a lot of what he's saying, but like also like how much a month is it to play WoW? 15?
15.
Okay, and how much more content are you getting,
A
right?
bajillion times
Right.
more.
So, it's not 3 times the content. It's insane. So, like, even the price point is insane.
They literally could have done $1 a month, and I'm sure people would latch onto that. And if you get 1 million people to subscribe $1 a month, that's $1 million a month instead of
for nothing. Yeah. It's something that's already in there.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
I mean, so it's not like the whole game is stuck behind this subscription fee. It looks like it's just the 200cc class. I mean, for me, like, I usually play on 100cc just because, like, that's the mode that's challenging enough to be fun, but not so hard that I want to break my Switch over my knee. I mean, granted, I'm sure that people who are super, like, hardcore about Mario Kart will probably want the 200cc mode. I don't know about, like, these badges or gold gifts or whatever the fuck. I guess if you're really that invested in it, this is probably for, like, the top 5% of people who are really invested in mobile games. Like, what? Yeah, Rob. Wait, what, Rob?
Oh no, I just heard top 5%, and I was immediately clicked for me. Like, I should probably get this then.
God, heaven. This is for the people who, like, these are for your, like, mobile game power users that have absolutely nothing else going on. I don't see I don't see this getting a whole lot of buy-in. I mean, it's Nintendo, so who knows? I mean, this is probably a drop in the bucket anyway, and if they figure, 10% of the people who download Mario Kart for iOS end up actually subscribing to this, and maybe another 2% that sign up for the free trial and then forget to cancel it and then end up in the hole for a couple of months, then they'll make their money back on the game.
Yeah, true.
The fact that you can play up to 100 or 200cc is fine by me. Like, that doesn't sound like 200cc doesn't sound fun to me as somebody who's played them, but I don't know. It just seems like it's such a weird, like, out of touch move. I just have no clue kind of where they figured this was going to be. Like, did they think anybody was going to go like, oh my God, what a steal, $4.99 a month? Woo!
Girl, I have no other subscriptions.
Oh my God. I mean, I'm only paying $4.99 a month to watch unlimited movies and television on Netflix. I steal my girlfriend's Amazon Prime to subscribe to Wicked Good Gaming on Twitch, so I don't pay for that. So I might as well.
Shit! Speaking of subscriptions, I forgot to mention this over the weekend. I subscribed to Shudder over the weekend with a free month trial.
What is that?
And it's a horror movie. It's like Netflix, but for horror movies.
Oh, hot pass.
What a waste of money. That sucks.
So shout out to Shudder if you guys want to sponsor us. Don't listen to Chris. He's a fucking idiot.
Whatever. Seth David, big fan, by the way.
Huge fan.
Wow,
what a guy.
Seth
Can't
David.
wait to watch him live on Saturday.
He goes, hey, speaking of Amazon Prime, hey, Seth David, low-key, stealing his girlfriend's Amazon Prime, subscribing to us. Shout out to you. It's a free subscription, by the way. If you have, somebody's Amazon Prime that you're borrowing, that you do.
There's also still a couple days left in September, which is half price.
September.
Thank you, Seth. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you. I love you. I hope that you're having fun.
Yeah, I mean, like, long story short, I guess it makes sense. Like Bubba was just saying, I might be taking this out of context, but it's the initial cash grab, I guess. So, like, when they first put the
hey, Nick Uno, he goes free, you say, and then immediately subs with Twitch Prime.
Thank you, Nick Uno.
Damn, anybody else get Amazon Prime out there?
The guy, I already honestly, I gave out my first sub ever, like, actually paying for it on Wednesday or whatever it was, and I gifted 50 of them. I got carried away very quickly. I was like, I got off fight. Yeah, any final thoughts on the whole subscription thing before we move on?
It's dumb as fuck.
Hard pass.
Dumb as fuck. My whole life's a subscription. I'm not going to sign up for one game for $5 a month. You know what I could do for $5 a month? Not much, but not that. Moving along, let's talk about something that's pretty cool, actually. So there might be a little long-winded at first, but just let me get through it, and then, of course, we'll talk about it. So Ubisoft put an official video game design course inside of one of their video games. So they teamed up with Concordia University, I probably butchered that, to create a video game design course that could keep students engaged throughout the whole duration of it. Students will have to examine and analyze concrete examples of Ubisoft games like Assassin's Creed to learn They'll also have to complete challenges and learning experience to unlock different content, which the content will be like interviews with the gaming companies, developers, what have you. And at the end, for them to finish the course and the game, which is Nagato's Tale, they'll have to create their own game concept and share their design on the platform. So one of the developers said at Ubisoft said, the game creators Odyssey is based on the expertise we have acquired at Ubisoft over the past 30 years. In internal training for our developers around the world, it's a great pleasure to adapt this training for universities and share our knowledge in video game development with the next generation of creators. I think this is badass as fuck, because think of when you were younger, right? All we learned was we had these games that we got to play in computer class, right? Like Bailey's Bookhouse and stupid shit like that, where you literally didn't learn anything besides like type to learn and stupid games that you used to play. They didn't teach anything realistic. Like you got to learn how to type and like your colors and shit. Who has to know that? There's no need. But like, if you're telling me I'm younger and I can play a little video game and learn how to develop video games, which is creeping up as like a huge fucking degree to have. Game development as a whole, people literally gawk over it and want to do that for a living. They want to kind of base the rest of their lives around video games because that's accessible to them now. And I think having this in a game where it's a fun way to learn and you're actually learning something really useful and beneficial to you in the long run, I think it's fucking huge. So I kind of want to get your inputs on what you guys think about the whole thing. Do you think that this is a good move? Do you think this is something that other companies are going to pick up on and try to push it off and kind of make something more educational in their games? Dom, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I think this is great. I mean, why wouldn't you want to do this? Just like you said, I mean, I can't say that educational video games have ever been, like, the wave, you know? Like, I feel like we got into, I can't remember what grade this was, but I think there was actually, like, a Mario number game, and I could be totally wrong, but the educational video game industry has been recently being carried by indie games. And I mean, and for Ubisoft to kind of carry the torch and be like the standard bearer for including some educational content in there so that other people can really pick it up, and for it to be a developer like Ubisoft who's already reputable, has a lot of popular franchises, they're going to get that attention. You know, I don't want to play Mavis Beacon Teaches Typing. Thank you, thank you, Mavis Beacon, for everything that you've taught me. I type real fast now. But you know, I don't know. I would rather learn as I play without knowing that I'm doing it. Rob, you look like you're going to say something. You were inhaling.
I was going to say, that's all thanks. I know geography so well, all thanks to Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego?
Yes!
I mean, I figured out how to read thanks to Illusion of Gaia for Super Nintendo.
I learned how to code because of MySpace.
I mean, hey, listen. And
HTML, baby.
Edutainment. Bubba just said, Number Munchers taught me math. Oregon Trail taught me how to survive.
Yo, that's such a math.
It's true.
Put that on my gravestone.
What happens when you get typhoid?
Kenny goes, Animal Crossing taught me feudalism.
That's so true. It taught me how to work for a fucking rat bastard of a raccoon.
Taught me that I was going to have to deal with shitty bosses wherever I go in life. Actually, my boss right now is pretty cool. But everywhere else in life, basically. Yeah, I mean, there's been a long storied history of boring education games. It's more like, I feel like I would rather watch grass grow than learn at all, which probably goes to show where I'm at in life. And shout out to my student loans. But yeah, I mean, I think this is a really cool move. I'm glad that Ubisoft's doing it. I hope other people try to do that too. Sneak in some wholesome lessons into our video games.
Absolutely. Plum, what do you think about it?
Honestly, I think the psychology behind it in itself is actually really good too, because like when you're learning stuff, a lot of the time you just kind of dread the process, and then like if you can enjoy the process of like learning how to do things, especially something that's going to benefit you in the future like that, because like a lot of the stuff they teach you in school ain't shit, like you never use it again, but like coding, all of that it's so relevant now, and it's going to continue to be relevant, and to like feel good about it while you're doing it and have fun and like not really know you're doing it while you're doing it. I think it's a great move, and I think a lot of companies are going to copy it, and it's it's going to be a thing. I think it's going to be a thing.
I think so too, because like think of when you were younger, right? Even to this day probably you can memorize any song in the world that you really enjoy. Like if you listen to a song plenty of times and you genuinely enjoy the song, you can recite the words after the third listen. Like, you already know the whole song. But ask me how to do PEMDAS after learning it for 20 minutes. I can't do that, but I can do it with music because I enjoy the music. Like, it's a good mood behind it, and there's no parentheses.
They kind of fucked up PEMDAS because now all I can remember is "Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally," and I have no idea what the actual letters mean.
Bro, I can't even, like, I still remember the rainbow to this day as Roy G. Biv.
I have no idea. I don't even know what that is. Rob, are you any good at math? Don't even let me guess.
Top 1% in fucking Massachusetts, dude, if I was from there.
I'm a fucking physicist. Of course I'm good at
top
math.
1% in MCAS scores.
What? How am I supposed to answer this? I'm a physicist. All I do is math. That's it. Like, that's my job. It's math, physics. I don't fucking know, dude. I'm glad that Dom brought up the fact that a lot of the educational stuff when it comes to coding that's free for the most part is done by indie companies. Like, they'll release, for instance, we get emails about Unity all the time.
Yeah, we do.
And I guess that's one of the easier coding systems to work through. And I've been watching a bunch of YouTube videos by this guy called John Wolf. So shout out to John Wolf. I think I'm going to send him an email, see if he wants to come on the show one of these days. But he plays a bunch of horror games, and a lot of the indie horror games that he plays are from Game Jam games, where it's a competition where people are given like the Unity engine, or they're given like X amount of assets to flip into a game, and they have like a week or 24 hours or a month to create a video game experience of like 15 minutes or something like that. And then they compete to see who has the best one. So there's a lot of that stuff going on right now in the indie scene. But, like, of course, good guy Ubisoft is coming out of nowhere with, like, hey, here's access to our tools, our engine. Let us teach you. Not only do we want to help recreate fucking burned down buildings across the world,
right?
But we want to teach you how to help recreate them. I think it's great. I think it's the first big shift from the indie scene to the mainstream to the AAA scene. So I think it's a great thing.
I like that. It's so different. That's the thing. Like, but it's right there the whole time where you can do that. It's more of a keeping your confidential shit confidential, because a magician never gives out their tricks, right? And like, if you know how to do something and no one else does, or like someone just can't really grasp what you're doing, you don't really want to give your secrets out there. But they're literally say like, okay, if you get past a certain level, you're gonna actually get like an interview with one of the developers. And of course, it's going to be pre-recorded and everything, but it's like a pretty high-end developer who's created some fucking dope stuff that you're going to be able to sit and kind of just learn from them when they probably charged hundreds and hundreds of dollars for an hour of their time. That's really cool that they're literally giving their resources to you to learn and enjoy a game at the same time. Hopefully the game's good so people can actually make it through it, though.
Yeah, and chances are, not for nothing, but the game developers themselves who are making this game and basically giving out free knowledge are probably making dog shit money while they do it.
True. Honestly, very true. Very true, very true. All right, any final thoughts on that before we move along to the topic that I've been dying to talk about?
I know, I hope you're ready to talk about it at length, because we're moving at a pretty good fucking clip here.
Yeah, everybody's not fucking typing it on Google shit to talk about.
You know what I'm really hoping that Ubisoft does, that a lot of the indie developers don't have the like, I don't want to say assets, but like they don't have the funding for. I hope that Ubisoft does select competitions for these coders, and the people, like the top like 5 coders, end up like getting hired by Ubisoft at some point.
Dude, yeah. So honestly, that is a fucking great idea, because I mean, this is very different from it, but there's like programs that people do where you're actually able to go and like learn shit, and at the end, whoever has like the highest GPA, right, or like whoever did the best in certain things, literally gets hired from like Google and shit like that. Like one person in the whole class gets hired from Google, and like other big companies are there, pretty much not poaching, but like you earn a spot at these big time companies.
Yeah, I mean, I graduated from at like the bottom of my graduate school, and I got a job before I even graduated.
Oh, it must be nice, bro.
I know.
I was slicing roast beefs, boy. Slicing up that hot beef. chilling on a hot beach.
Oh my god, we're gonna get copyright struck for that.
Dude, that video pulled numbers, actually. We might get copyright struck for it.
Oh,
I doubt it. There needs to be a company funding behind that.
there is
Copyright struck. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, we have a lawyer on retainer. I was just thinking of this too. Like the video game that they're putting out, it has to be on PC, right? You can't. Can you really learn how to code on a console? I feel like it's just not like the same feel. Like
I mean, it's
Oh.
unless the game is like put your laptop on your coffee table and code while you. No, yeah, it would have to be on PC, I would assume.
yeah, it can't
unless-
be any fucking giant high-end game.
Because
right?
even for like the entry level, entry level coding stuff, like sometimes they'll use blocks for certain apps and say like this is what this block does, but the actual like line of code is this. So I guess it depends on the coding. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure that there's something for console, but there's probably a little translation there where they say eventually you're gonna have to, get a keyboard, my guy.
Yeah, true. Honestly, I might even try to go for it, like try to play it at least, just to see what it's all about, because that's such something that's completely out of mind to me, where I can't even fathom how people develop video games. Like you see television and whatnot, and like different YouTube videos and shit like that, where it's like the little outlines of things that people are dragging and dropping and these blocks and stuff. How the fuck does that ever turn into like a good-looking game? That's beyond me. So that's really, really cool to see.
Oh, Chug Daddy makes a good point. Dreams on PlayStation 4. That was that's one of the. I don't know if there's coding behind that though. I think that's just asset flipping. I could be wrong.
Whip it through the glass.
Whip it through the glass. That song? Is that what you're talking about?
That is exactly what I'm talking about.
It's a good song. Hey, something that just popped into my head. This is a complete pivot on what we're talking about. So you know how Fortnite's like a big time game, obviously, in the esport, and like the competition's super high payouts and really competitive.
Yeah, big time.
What the fuck is Fortnite?
Arguably like the biggest game ever. But they're finally, so right now when all they're competitive, they've only done singles tournaments and duos tournaments, maybe 3 people tournaments. Don't quote me on that, but
Have you competed in the singles tournament?
No, I don't play the game, Bob. Can you just shut the fuck up for a second? So they've definitely had singles and duos, but now they're finally going to do a squad-based championship tournament, whatever you want to call it. I think this might bring the edge back to competitive games, bro. And hear me out. So as of right now, there's put your hand down for a second. And right now there's like different games where I fucking hate all of you guys. There's different games where like teams still matter, but when you're able to compete as a single person, there's no reason to be on any sort of organization or anything like that. But if you're doing squads, then you actually have to find those 4 that your cohesiveness and whatnot. So this might give people the opportunity to get presented by orgs. Do you guys think that?
No, game stinks.
Okay, so hold on, just really quick, because I do want to, I guess, entertain this topic, but that was probably the most insane smash transition from one topic to another. You were like, hold on a second, I gotta say something, and then just went down this rabbit hole. And
fuck yeah, I've been doing it live. Fuck
you were
it.
like, yeah, so educational games, but hold on, here's a quick thought. And then it just right down the
they call that a slam transition.
Oh my god. Yeah, I can't even remember what the question was. Yeah, so competitive games. No, you know what's going to bring back the edge to competitive games, honestly, is, or actually the opposite of this question. What's killing, I think, competitive games for me is exactly what we were talking about a couple weeks ago with Call of Duty, like regionalizing their like world championship or whatever, and like making teams kind of split up and seek new funding and shit like that. I mean, as long as Fortnite is supportive of like actual like pre-existing established teams, and also continues making moves with like their kind of grassroots qualifying for the World Cup. I don't know exactly what it's called, so forgive me. I think that is going to continue to get more people into the scene and getting more people to hopefully show out at locals and then kind of make their way up to climb the ladder. So yeah, honest to God, have no idea what the original question was, but
no, you fucking.
That's
you
a priority
fucking
for
murdered
me.
it.
I think I hit that
murdered
shit
it.
out of the park. I was literally blindfolded, hit that shit out of the park. So, it's your boy.
No, you murdered it. And one of the, of course, I'll pass it to you guys in a second. One of the things I hate about watching competitive Fortnite is when you play solos and duos, you're literally just tunneling the whole time. So they just build themselves in and wait until like the last circle, and then everyone has to pop off. It's tough to do that when you have a team of 4. The map's only so big. So I think people are actually going to be fragging out, which would be really cool. Bob, what do you think about the whole thing? I know you love the game.
Oh, I'm just watching our viewer count plummet right now as we talk about Fortnite again. Game fucking stinks. This is almost as bad as when you said Drake made fucking gaming cool.
Which is a fact.
Fortnite is not going to make competitive gaming huge. Competitive gaming is already fucking huge. Stupid fucking topic. On to the next one.
Bob's feet.
No.
Let's talk about it.
No.
Let's get into it.
No.
Speaking of barbecue sauce, listen, here's what we're going to do for the next one.
We're not talking about my feet and barbecue sauce, okay?
All right. Any final thoughts on Fortnite before we move on to a game you guys even like more?
I mean, maybe we should do another Fortnite tournament. I don't know. That was pretty good. That popped off last time. I'll get my suit is at the dry cleaners right now.
I had a good time.
Got a brand new suit.
Okay. Sick brag right there.
I'm wearing the tux next time.
I got a brand new suit. Plum, do you have anything to say about Fortnite before we move on? Nice. Okay,
that is the correct response. Good job.
What do you want to talk about now, Chris?
So we're going to move on to a little bit of Call of Duty talk, right?
Okay.
Yeah, the game's too fast-paced, so Bob. You can't lay down the whole game, which is tough.
You sound like Matty D, dude.
No, this game's actually kind of fast-paced, which is dope. So this weekend, the Call of Duty Modern Warfare beta dropped, and you got it early if you pre-ordered the game, so you got it a day early. Of course, me being as responsible with money as possible, I couldn't wait the day, so I spent the $60 to pre-order the game. So the beta came out. First of all, it came out cross-platform, like we talked about plenty of times. Chef kisses his fingers. The cross-platform on it was phenomenal. I had a blast playing the game, and it plays so fucking good on PC. I am not going to even try to play it on console, which is what I really played all my Call of Duties on, besides the original Modern Warfare. Played so well. I can't talk too good on it. Of course, there's some things that stuck out that sucked. People were camping again, so I had to take Team Deathmatch off of my matchmaking because there's people literally laying on a kitchen floor like a fucking crumb, and you run by trying to like play an objective and you get shot in the back. It's the worst. So I was playing Headquarters Domination the whole time. They capped it at 30 levels, so I mean, I probably would have prestiged in the weekend if they didn't cap it, but they capped it. Something new that they introduced to the game as well is called the Gunsmith. So it sounds a lot more technical than what it is, and the layout of it is pretty easy, but you'd think it would be a lot. You level your gun up. I think 25 is the max right now, where it was on the beta at least, and you're able to unlock different red dot sights and reticles and different attachments for the gun, and you could actually edit the loadout in-game. You could edit it in-game, which is fucking dope.
That's cool.
Because if you're playing competitively, right, there's some person that you can't stop because he has some like special attachment to his gun or some perk on the gun, because you could have like FMJ or like sleight of hand or something like that. You could literally counter it within the game.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's something completely different. So I'm genuinely upset that the beta's over because I did not know. I'm even playing Counter-Strike again because I didn't know what to play after. I was like, wow, like I played up until they literally pulled the plug. Did any of you guys play it, or am I just fucking preaching to the air?
No, but I watched the campaign trailer and it was really cool.
Okay, so you more than happy to listen to you speak about the campaign because I'm more of a multiplayer.
Yeah, I mean, so we've talked about how I cried at the end of Call of Duty World at War a couple times. I was in an emotional stage of my life, and I was honestly pretty vulnerable. And you're over there, you're hoisting up the Russian flag over the Reichstag, and listen, all hell breaks loose in my tear ducts, and there's just take no prisoners really, except for my emotions. So I watched the campaign trailer. It actually just came out yesterday. And I put up some impressions on wickedgoodgaming.com. You can go ahead and check that out. Go to wickedgoodgaming.com. A lot of good written tent this week. A lot of good stuff. Actually, just put up a Destiny 2 preview on there. It's really in depth, so you can go ahead and check that shit out. I know Plum wants to talk about Destiny 2, so maybe we'll touch on that a little bit. However, really quick little rundown. Modern Warfare's campaign trailer is here. It looks like they're going absolutely balls to the wall. And I said this in the blog, but I have I truly don't think that, or I think that Activision knows that nobody's really buying Call of Duty for the campaign. We've said this a bajillion times in the show. You already know how I feel about that. I'm not good enough to have fun with Call of Duty's multiplayer. Like, I'll play to like level 10, and then I'll go negative for the 18th game in a row, and then, you know, I end up either putting my foot through my television or uninstalling the game and never touching it again. And then it'll collect dust in my drawer, just like, you know, the last couple of them I bought. But the campaign trailer looks excellent. Captain Price is back. It's kind of a soft reboot for the storyline in the game. And I played up until Black Ops 3. I didn't play Black Ops 3, but the storyline was excellent. You know, going up until that game. I didn't play it, so I don't know kind of where it goes from there. The last full campaign that I played through was probably Black Ops 2, and I thought that was pretty good. But all that notwithstanding, it looks like the production values are just absolutely through the roof for Modern Warfare's campaign. I'm sure it's like 4.5 hours long. I'm sure it's super linear, but honestly, that's a breath of fresh air nowadays, because I feel like every other game and their mother is an open world looter shooter, you know, premium game as a service or something like that. And honest to God, a 4.5 hour first person shooter campaign sounds real good right now. I'm gonna tell you something I can just blow through in a couple afternoons.
Play through Metro.
I will.
Through the Metro games.
I will. I actually haven't done that.
They're really good. The Redux is really good.
I plan on it. It actually, that's right. And you've told me that a couple times. I do want to do that. But
if you're looking for a super linear, like first person shooter,
yeah,
it might be a little too spooky for you. I'll be honest, but Metro's the one to go for.
I do want to play through that, but like I blew through Gears of War 4 and ahead of Gears 5 a couple weeks ago with my brother. Shout out to Keys. Me and Keys blew through Gears 4, and it was nice to just play something that's chapter-based. It just drops you into each mission. There's 5 acts. There's 4 chapters in each act. You know exactly what you're getting. It's like Halo 3 was 10 chapters. There was 10 achievements. I knew exactly how long the game was, and I could kind of plan out my afternoon that way. You know, I'm not just sitting there and I'm like, oh my God, when is the next cutscene? When am I doing the next thing? You have pacing is such a fucking issue in every game that comes out now, because and don't get me wrong, some are good, but not most of them. Many more of them are not good and do too much. And this is exactly like the issue that I'm having. So, and this is exactly why I didn't buy Borderlands 3 right on launch day, because I'm overwhelmed still with a lot of the other open world stuff. Even Gears 5 has open world shit. Anyway, back at the ranch, just land the plane here for a second. Modern Warfare's campaign trailer looks great. Captain Price is back. Soap is back. There's a lot of great new characters. It looks like it's set in another like unnamed, ambiguous, semi-made up Middle Eastern country against a foreign enemy that even like the Middle Eastern country's militia is trying to fight off, that's using some sort of deadly chemical weapon. So like everybody's got to join forces and kind of like play in the mud with them to like think like the enemy in order to beat them. Yeah, and it looks great. It looks like an action movie, and that's exactly what the Call of Duty campaign should be. They should be like Michael Bay movies, and that's exactly what this looks like. So I'm really excited to play it. I know that was like super long-winded, but suck it. It's our podcast.
Love it. Plum, did you ever get into any Call of Duty? Have you looked into this one at all?
I stopped at Black Ops 2.
Oh, man, that was like one of the OG ones, too.
Yeah.
That's arguably the best one.
That 100% is the best one, for sure.
That was like my favorite competitive COD to watch. I don't, because it was the first one where it was mainly like run and gun. Because it came after MW2, which was literally just sit in a corner, get a Harrier, chop a gun, and nuke, and everyone was just laying on the ground. So, Bob, have you watched the trailer for anything? I know that you're so anti-Call of Duty, but for fuck's sake, just like try to shine a little light. Give us something good on it. Can you give us something good on it?
Yeah, I will. Let me tell you how fucking much I care about Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I don't, okay? I don't care at all. I don't give a fuck about this game. After what they did to me with Black Ops 4, you will never see another fucking dime from me, Activision, until I give you my $15 a month subscription to World of Warcraft Classic. But besides that...
I can't wait for you to transition into retail.
I get to hit level 60 first. And even at that, I still might re-roll another character in Classic.
No.
But no, I'm not gonna play Call of Duty. Hashtag never again. Stand with me, bub. Stand with me. Hashtag never again. After what they did with Black Ops 4, nope. They're not getting my money. It's not gonna happen. You're not gonna suck me into another fucking game that's just gonna be swapped out in 12 months. I don't give a shit. And speaking of 12 months, let me just bring something up. There is a PlayStation 4 exclusive, right? PlayStation 4 exclusive for Call of Duty Modern Warfare that is an entire year long. And it's not something crazy. It's not like it's one part of a game mode that's being locked out of
What is it?
Xbox. It's Spec Ops.
Oh,
It's
so
survival
that's a
mode.
co-op one, right?
Yeah, so it's survival mode and Spec Ops. So it's just a part of the Spec Ops mode. But like I went to college with people that only played the Spec Ops or the survival modes when we were in college. And that's the only reason why they bought Modern Warfare 3. And like that you are alienating an entire group of people playing on Xbox or PC that cannot play that game mode and cannot or will not buy that game because you're putting it behind an exclusivity deal of an entire year. And commonly the PlayStation 4 exclusivities, they started at 2 weeks, I believe, and then they extended to a month. So like PlayStation 4 would get the DLC content a month before everybody else. And that's fine. That's 4 weeks, but like you can't do Easter egg hunts on anything outside of a PlayStation 4 in Zombies, which is a pain in the dick. But like an entire year for one part of a game mode alienates, I'm not going to say a ton of players because it's not like it's something that everybody's going after, but there are people that won't be able to play it, and it's really shitty.
Yeah.
And even more of a reason not to give them money. I'm not going to fucking give them money.
I think I would be...
No fucking way.
I was just going to say really quick. I think I would be way... I think I would be way more like upset about this if this wasn't already something that we could have anticipated. Like they should have already... Like this could have been, and there probably was, a blog somewhere that was like, I wonder what's going to be the PS4 exclusive this time around. And if it's a piece of a game mode, if it was the whole Spec Ops game mode, like a third of the game, that would suck. That would really suck. And Spec Ops is cool. I think they had... Was it Modern Warfare 2 that was the first one that had that?
It might have been
MW3.
Okay, because I remember buying... Then I did buy MW3 then, because I remember playing Spec Ops and I really liked it. Because sometimes I just need to like kill the computer with friends. And I like the co-op aspect of it. So that kind of stinks.
It's Horde mode. It's Horde mode from Gears of War. That's exactly
cool.
what it is. But dude, the worst part about it is this was all announced after pre-orders went live. Like that's people that paid for the game that maybe didn't know about this ahead of time and now can't play it, so they have to, request refunds and shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I don't see people necessarily going for refunds because they can't play Spec Ops for a year.
That's not gonna happen.
I mean, it wasn't. I mean, just to put it into perspective, right? This game, out of any beta that Call of Duty's ever put out, it has the highest total number of users. Had the highest total number of users. Had the highest number of hours played, and had the highest peak of concurrent players for PS4, Xbox One, and PC combined out of any Call of Duty beta ever. So, I mean, people are going to buy this game. Me personally, like, I've never pre-ordered a game in my life, and I pre-ordered this just to play it a day early. Like, the whole Spec Ops thing, yes, it's fun, but it's the whole thing that Call of Duty has with PlayStation now. They're trying to make that the competitive console. They want, like, Call of Duty players to play on PlayStation, so that's why they're trying to kind of keep the ball in their court however they can. And this is how they're doing it. Yeah, you have to wait a year to play it. Do I think that's a breaking point for me to not play the game? No. Do I think that's a breaking point for people to cancel their pre-order? No, I think people are going to cancel their pre-order because they didn't like the beta. I don't think they're going to do it because the game mode that they didn't even know was going to be in the game anyway isn't there now.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like it's not... Okay, so it's not a non-issue, but it's also, I don't think, a huge issue. I mean, a year is actually fucking...
I agree.
I think a year is wild. A year.
You want to know why? Because another game will be released in that time frame. Another Call of Duty.
That's true. That actually is true. That's a good point. I mean, yeah. Wow. I didn't think about that. I didn't think about it like that. That actually is a lot more ridiculous because the next Call of Duty will be out.
By the time that exclusivity deal ends, the next Call of Duty will be releasing.
Yeah, that's actually way worse. All right. Yeah, that's way worse. Now, yeah. Nah, I didn't. You know what? I, honest to God, literally would have never thought about it like that, but it's 100% true. And wowie, is that a fucking, good thing it's probably the last game mode that people are buying that game for.
Right. That's why it's not a huge fucking issue.
Oh,
if that was zombies, any part of zombies was withheld for a year, people would be fucking flipping tables. They would be burning shit.
Rioting in the streets. If what are kids gonna do in college if they can't get high and play zombies? What are they gonna do? Homework? No, I can't do anything.
No fucking way.
Can't do anything.
Can't do anything.
Really quick, can I pivot for a second? Unless you had something else.
Good.
Any final thoughts?
No, I'm good.
Just while we're on the topic of Activision and games that you have guns in, because I saw Plum's face light up when I said the word Destiny. So I did a whole rundown on wickedgoodgaming.com. You can go check that out. It's a nice little preview of Destiny 2 Shadowkeep. But Destiny 2 Shadowkeep comes out in a couple weeks. It is the biggest expansion yet for a game that, and I mean this in the nicest way possible, a game that like refuses to die. The fan base is a really hardcore fan base. The diehards of Destiny 2, have been riding with it for a long time, and now this is the first full expansion to the game where Bungie has complete and total oversight. Jess, thank you for the follow. Complete and total oversight over Destiny for the first time in the franchise, and this is a major overhaul. Armor 2.0, they're bringing stats back to Destiny. They're kind of just ripping apart the veil of like, it's not like really an MMO, but they're just ripping that wall down and just basically saying, listen, you're going to have to micromanage your stats. You're going to be able to customize your armor any way you want it. There's going to be brand new dungeons. You're going to have a map that in D1, which was an Activision game, in Destiny 1, the map was a certain size. In this version that is all Bungie, it is fucking double the size as it was. They brought a whole planet back from Destiny 1, the moon, and it's double the size that it was in Destiny 1. There are even locations and like ships that were on the original moon map that you couldn't get into, and now they just said, you know what, fuck it, you can go inside now. We're going to flesh that out and put that in there. Now cross saves are a thing. People might be playing Destiny on different platforms than they were than when the game originally launched. Tons of new story content. The list goes on and on and on. So, Plum, I'll give it right to you. I mean, do you have any specific features of that game that you're really looking forward to? Because there's just so many that I'm like losing track here.
See, I'm just so excited because of the angle they're taking with Shadowkeep, because they're kind of going for like more of like a psychological, just like kind of like scary. I don't know if you guys know who like Eris Morn is. She's fucking creepy.
I do,
She
yeah.
has a little ball. Yeah, she's fucking tapped, and it's awesome. So pretty much what conjecture is that Callus is kind of like an anti-hero, and he's just been kind of like preparing everyone for this bigger thing that's coming, and that's why he's constantly fucking with you with like the current stuff that's out now, because I guess they're going to be seeing ghosts of boss raids past, raid bosses past. So we're going to be seeing Crota again. I heard Atheon.
Yeah.
And I'm just so excited for it. And like they're gonna like it's they want you to feel like threatened and scared throughout the entire thing. Like they're building on the story more, whereas Destiny 1, it got a little fucky because, writers got fired, the whole thing, whatever.
Yeah.
But so they're actually like trying to make you feel something more this time, instead of just obviously, yes, track your stats, do your guns, do all this shit stuff, but like they want to scare you now, and I really like that.
Yeah, they said that they want you to like never feel safe when you're on the moon, and like have it be like this constant kind of. Because I mean, honestly, for me, pretty much any map that I like load into on Destiny 2, like I'll jump in my Sparrow and just like whip to the next objective. But like to have something of a more like creepy atmosphere would actually be pretty great. And I'm really excited to see like the new. I don't know a whole lot about the new tweaks that they're doing to Crucible, but I was on a fucking run in Crucible for a really long time in Forsaken, so I was pretty happy with that. So I'm looking forward to diving right back in. And honestly, I mean, this is just like classic good guy Bungie. Not only are they giving the first season pass away for free to anybody who buys it, so the first after launch, I think it's the first 3 months of content are free with any regular purchase of this game. They're also making all of the previous content free too. So if you buy Destiny 2 Shadowkeep, which I think is $40, I could be wrong, it's probably $40, you get all the shit before that. And this is exactly what I did with Forsaken, because I bought Destiny 2 at launch. I played all the vanilla content. I played like the main story, and then I kind of stopped. I played Crucible once in a while, and that was pretty much it. That was like my Bungie fix. And then I bought Forsaken. I didn't buy any of the other expansions, and I fucking whipped through all of them in like 2 months. Just got all that stuff done, got all caught up, and played until the season of the Forge, which I thought was too hard, and I just couldn't get into it. I didn't play regularly enough to really get as much out of it. But yeah, so Shadowkeep looks excellent. I'm really excited to see what else they bring to the table. We got new dungeons, raids. Yeah, the Season of the Undying Pass, which will bring us through to the end of the year. Armor 2.0, complete overhaul there. And then, obviously, brand new storyline, brand new quests, a ton more lore, which is never a bad thing. I'm a big lore junkie with pretty much anything I get my hands on. So, but yeah, it seems like it's going to be an Unreal expansion, and I'm really excited for it. And I'm excited for Bungie to just go, like, fuck it. Let's go balls to the wall and do whatever we want, because you're not my boss, Activision, and we're just going to give the people what they want. So really looking forward to it.
You're not my dad.
You're not even
first off, thank you, Abstinence Patrol Jack, for the follows. Good peoples. Honestly, phenomenal name. Abstinence Patrol. Phenomenal name. But yeah, so I never really got
guy.
Yeah, big time absence guy. Any final thoughts on that before I throw a curveball at you guys?
Oh boy.
So I've been cooking something up. I've been cooking something up with Dr. Bob, whipping through the work. So we're gonna do a little Zoltan Bob's Guess My Game.
Ooh.
But you didn't see that one coming. No time to prepare. No time to pull up your Google. We're getting right into it.
I'll give you guys time to pull up your Google.
Yeah, mine's already up. I already have 3 tabs up.
I have 2 computers going at the same time. Good luck, I'm behind 9 proxies.
Bob, do you want to explain to the people how we play?
Yes, of course I do. So, everybody listening right now, if this is your first time, you never listen to me host, let me explain something. Zoltan Bob's Guess My Game. I am Zoltan Bob, and I have up here in my head a game that these wonderful co-hosts and guests have to try to figure out with 20 yes or no questions. They ask me a question, is blank, 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 and I answer yes or no. And they have to try to narrow it down to figure out what game I am thinking of. So, I'm going to open the floor to questions whenever you guys are ready. I got one cooked up, ready for everybody. Can't wait for when I host at some point in the near future to run another one at you guys. And we'll see how aggravated everybody gets.
Looking forward to it.
I can start this off with an absolute gem. This is a question I've been working on for a while, guys.
Here we go.
Was this game released after the year 2004? I already stumped him. I'm so good at this game, boss.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. So I have to pull up my tabs too. Yes.
So Animal Crossing still in play. All right.
It's not a game.
Why don't we go like counterclockwise? Plum, you go.
Okay. Is it an RPG?
No.
Oh, going right for the throat. I like it.
Yeah. Swing and a miss.
Not an RPG.
It's good though. Okay.
Taking notes.
Don't worry, Plum. Give it another 4 questions, and Chris will be completely out of questions, and you'll be able to pick it up after him.
Bro, what are you talking about? I'm a fucking skinny legend.
Oh my god.
Is this game part of a franchise?
Yes.
Is shooting a primary mechanic in this game?
No.
What the fuck do you mean, Bob? How am I supposed to play then?
All right, so it's not Black Hawk Down for PS2. Chris is out.
Hit the desk. Hit the fucking desk.
No, I can't. Not on the podcast. Only during Counter-Strike. All right, so not RPG. It was part of a franchise?
It is part of a franchise. Released after 2004, not an RPG, part of a franchise. Shooting is not a primary mechanic.
Okay.
Plumitude.
Are there animals that you interact with?
There can be.
Oh, good. Okay, I kind of like that. I think you got a little more bang for your buck right there.
There can be animals that you interact with. That's the first timer for that question, I think.
Look, I'm trying to help. I am not against you guys.
I was going to say, are you indebted to a raccoon in this game? Are you in crippling
financial
ruin?
Ask that question?
No. My next question is going to be, Robert, does this game have multiplayer?
Yes.
It has multiplayer. Bang.
Do you primarily play as a human in this game?
No.
Ooh. Oh, it's not me.
Is it me?
Yeah, too. Abstinence Patrol goes Zoo
Would
Tycoon.
this be considered a platform game?
Say that one more time.
Would this be considered a platform game? Like,
Yes.
Oh, Plum!
Wow.
You guys are getting fucking carried right now.
I know, dude. I'm doing good.
I'm here to give you the classic. I'm here to give you the classic questions. I'm giving you the tried and trues. We got Plumdrop on here because she is not at, like, she hasn't been as battle hardened as us, and she's just, I think she's swinging for the fences, and I like it. And it's paying off.
still got my brains intact.
Absolutely,
Definitely paying off.
absolutely. All right, so it's me. It's a platformer. You do not play as a human. You can interact with animals. It has multiplayer though.
It does have. Oh, that fucking threw me.
There can be animals that you interact with. It's part of a franchise. It was released after 2004. It's going to be cameo Element of Power again. I fucking know it. Actually, wait, you think that's an RPG, so never mind. That's, I forgot.
Look at how fucking upset he's getting.
It's the most absurd thing that's ever happened on the show, and it was like episode
Ask
3.
a question. Let's go.
Let's see. Hold on one second. I'm thinking.
You're at 8 right now, by the way.
That is correct. Is this game a PlayStation exclusive?
Yes. Fuck, you guys are actually you might get it.
How about that fucking from way back here, baby? Pow!
Why do I feel like I know this?
You don't.
That's safe to say, Dom.
That was kind of mean. Okay, give me a rundown on answers, please.
All right, Chris, let me give you a quick little rundown. This game was released after 2004. It's not a role-playing game. It's part of a franchise. Shooting is not a primary mechanic. There can be animals that you interact with. It has multiplayer. You don't play as a human. It is a platformer. And it's a PlayStation exclusive.
You were so close.
Yeah, you are right there, dude.
That's right. Get you
Is this game based off a licensed product?
No.
Oh, what a fucking idiot! You fucking ruined that question.
What a waste.
What? What the fuck are you talking about?
Jesus Christ! Get him off the. Block him from Discord.
Honestly, I'll leave right now.
I don't even want to write the question down.
Look at this stupid
That's the main character of the game right there.
Big Bird off the fucking perk.
Oh god.
My turn?
Yeah. It's your turn. PlayStation.
Do you have to
multiplayer.
swing from things?
You can.
I don't know. I still think I know it. Don't tell me
I
you
think
know it.
I think Plum knows it.
All right, I'm just going for it right here. Is this an Insomniac game?
Hold on. No.
Oh, you know what? I think I know what it is.
Wait 1 second. Let me pull up another tab and double check just in case. Because every fucking game on PlayStation is somehow an Insomniac game.
That's true.
No, it is not.
Does the main character wear a hat?
They can.
Oh my god.
Oh, wait, no, never mind. Oh, wait. It's not Insomniac. Can wear a hat. Damn. That means there's multiple wardrobe outfits.
Honestly, I would just like to put this out there. If the game ends up being Sly Cooper, I knew it all along.
I don't think Sly Cooper is multiplayer.
Shh, don't ruin this for me. Wait till the end.
Does
I
it?
can take my headphones off if you guys would like to discuss.
If you take your socks off first.
All right. Headphones stay on. Socks stay on. I'm putting on another pair of socks.
God.
Should we figure? Actually, we already figured out it was a platformer, right? Yeah.
You're at 13.
Oh, it was released after 2004 as well. It could be Sly 3: Honor Among Thieves, which came out in 2005.
If I could show you my monitor right now, bro, it's right in front of me. Telling you. Try to get it so I can have this, please.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that game is multiplayer. I also...
It is.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
I mean, maybe the raccoon question wasn't so bad after all.
Honestly, it probably wasn't. Damn. All right, ask something.
Plum,
ask
it's
something
Plum.
that would make it. Oh yeah, never mind. Plum. This is just kind of a conversation between us.
Do you want me to take the headset off?
No, Bob, you can leave them on, dude. I don't care.
Wait a minute.
Unless you have something in mind, we can try to narrow out that it's not Sly Cooper. So there could be a question that kind of like takes that whole thing out of play.
What do you think it is, Plum?
Could it be Spyro, maybe?
It could be. And then again, but you keep in mind it was released after 2004.
I mean, some of them were.
I feel like that usually Bob doesn't do that though. Usually, if it's a franchise, he'll just like give it to you. If it's a,
I told you guys 100 times. If you guys get the franchise, if you get a game in the franchise,
so we could give you like a. I mean, what is it? Spyro's usually Vivendi, Universal, or Naughty Dog. Not a Naughty Dog. Not Naughty Dog.
Or maybe Little Big Planet.
Yeah. Ooh, that's not a bad thing to weed out. Yeah, Little Big Planet. I forgot about Little Big Planet.
Does it check boxes?
Little Big Planet was released when? 05? It has multiplayer. You certainly don't play as a human. It is a platformer, PlayStation exclusive. It's not based off a licensed product. It is a franchise. There's like 4 of them. You can swing from things. You can wear a hat. Yeah, that checks out. Ask something like a little more targeted. Like, do you play as a sack creature?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll ask that.
What's the question?
Do you play as a sack creature?
Yeah, you do.
Plum, pulling up from 40 feet.
Yeah.
Pulling up from 40. Oh my god.
Told you guys, Little Big Planet.
You play as a sack. I like.
Want to send it back around and then Plum can.
Yeah. How many questions we got?
You're at 14.
14. All right. Yeah. Let's send it back around.
Oh, did you guys hear me just crack my shoulder?
Yeah, I thought that was your chair.
Oh my god.
My floorboards are just creaking. I didn't even hear it. I still have no idea what this game. Rob, in this game, do you like owe a lot of money to a raccoon and you have to like go fishing?
No,
sometimes...
you don't. Stop. I'll get a shirt and I'll rip it. Stop.
Do it!
Because like I mean, so what I'm thinking is it might be Animal Crossing New Leaf for the Nintendo 3DS because you never know. I mean, I'm not making that the official guess, but you know, it could be Animal Crossing New Leaf for the Nintendo 3DS because it is multiplayer. It was released after 2004. It's not an RPG. Shooting's not a primary mechanic. You can interact with animals. It's multiplayer.
Oh, it is.
It is
Could it be
multiplayer.
New Horizons though?
I fucking drink. Oh.
But it's a PlayStation exclusive, so maybe not.
Can't be New Horizons. It must be New Leaf, yeah.
Yeah,
It must be. Must be.
All right, so it's not that. We know it's not Animal Crossing. Okay.
I'm all out of questions. Actually, I have one. Actually, is there any way you can plant a tree that you can generate bells from it?
What's the fucking stupid question you're gonna ask me?
Can you plant a bell tree?
I don't know. No.
We need a yes or a no.
Yeah, I need clarification.
No. I'm gonna say a hard no.
Okay. I'm out then. I thought I knew it.
Oof. Yeah, I got no idea. I don't know. It's definitely not. That's definitely not Animal Crossing then.
Oh my god, I'm running out of shirts.
Well, you could buy some at wickedgoodgaming.com/shop.
Nice,
Yeah.
Perfect.
No.
Just like this.
Oh, that was such a good plug. I've had this shirt since I was 12. Throwing all shit on the ground.
Oh my god. What was that? I missed the 12-year-old thing.
What happened?
You said
Oh
something.
no, you guys were all holding your shirts up, so I was like, I've had this shirt since I was 12.
What is that? Panda Express shirt?
That has my dad's name on it.
Don't rip that one. It's a nice
You
one.
wanted it?
That's a real nice one.
No, that's a nice.
Now you fucking. All right, now you get it.
Did you pre-snip that one before the episode?
No.
He must have, right? That was too easy.
That was too easy. Wait, that was a nice shirt.
Well, it's gone now. Thanks.
I like that one. Looks like you're gonna have to buy one if you go to wickedgoodgaming.com/shop. Anyway, Plum, bring us home.
My blood pressure's through the fucking roof.
Guess the game. Dunk it.
I'd like to solve the puzzle.
Please, get this fucking over with, please.
Is it Little Big Planet?
Yeah, it is.
Fuck yeah!
Bob sucks at this game. Very nice. Well, that was another installment of Zoltan Bob's Guess My Game, and once again, he lost. I don't know if he's won yet.
I didn't lose. Whatever.
I don't know if he's won a
you
game yet. Yeah, Bob
I
hasn't
won.
won. Yeah.
If I won, that means you didn't win. So you lost.
I'm not playing against you guys.
I think you are, Bob.
Oh my god.
Oh, well, it is what it is. Another L for Bob.
Don't make me rip another fucking shirt.
Don't do it, Bob. Jesus Christ Almighty! You're gonna be wearing fucking the rug salesman shirt for the rest of your life. You buy rug now.
Buy rug now. What's up? You buy rug. You come here often?
Oh my god.
You buy rug. Okay, so that was another installment of Zoltan Bob's Guess My Game, and that brings us up into the hour, maybe a little past it, just giving back. So without further ado, it is time to land the train. Yeah, that'll be a fucking fly-ass shirt if you were to stitch it back together. So landing the train, that is when we open up the floor to everyone to plug what they want to plug, shout out who they want to shout out, and kind of just send you guys off with a goodbye and some cool people to check out. Me, personally, who do I have to shout out? What do I have to plug? Nothing. Dom, what do you got?
Wait, didn't we get a bunch of follows on YouTube and a bunch of comments?
Go back around and I'll see.
For me, just big shout out to everybody that showed out tonight. We had a real big crowd in here, and it's always really great to see new faces in the chat. So big shout out to everybody who showed up for the first time for twitch.tv/wickedgoodgaming. And hey, listen, if you want to, be a part of those illustrious folks who are watching the live tent, you can steal your significant other's Amazon Prime. Subscribe to us for free, twitch.tv/wickedgoodgaming. You know what I'm saying? We'll see you there. And also big shout out to Plumdrop. We love having you on. Thanks for coming by again. And that's a sick shirt.
I know. I love
Nice
it.
shirt.
It's so soft and comfortable.
Hey, listen. I mean, listen. There's no middle of the mall shit on wickedgoodgaming.com/shop. So if you want to buy some merch, listen. I'm just saying, you get the Wicked Smart sweater right here, real exclusive, designed by the hands of Zeus himself, yours truly, and yeah, we get some great stuff on there. There's a lot of great. The whole fall collection is up, so shout out to the Wicked Good Gaming shop. That's all I got.
Sweet. Bob, and then we'll let Plum kind of sign it off.
Big shout out to Plum. Thank you for coming back on. We appreciate it. Shout out to everybody that tuned in this week. We really appreciate you guys stopping by. And if this is your first time watching Zoltan Bob's Guess My Game, whenever I host, I typically try to put in a Zoltan Bob's Guess My Game at the end. I also want to continue to shout out the second annual Team Landon versus Bruins alumni game, which will be taking place November 2nd. This is for the Love of Landon event. So a friend of ours lost his son, I believe it was either last year or 2 years ago, to SIDS, and they are raising money. So if you want to donate, just go on Facebook and search for second annual Team Landon or for the Love of Landon, and you should be able to find all the information right there. So if you want to donate, it all goes to a good cause. If you want to buy a ticket, if say for instance you live in Massachusetts, unlike us because we live in Middle America, Wisconsin, and you want to attend the game, you can buy a ticket. You can go watch. You can support. You might even find our ad in the flyer. So keep an eye out. So shout out to that. Check it out if you would like to give back. And I also want to give a big Wicked Gaming suck it to my dead ex that got me that shirt because that's staying in the trash.
Oh, that makes sense. I hate that
Let
shirt
him go,
now.
Dom.
Oh, wait, hold on a second.
Let him go.
Say that one more time, Bob.
Big Wicked Gaming suck it to my dead ex that got me that shirt. I forgot that it was. I forgot it was in there until I saw it after I started pulling my fucking clothes out of my.
Damn, that shirt was trash anyway. Put it exactly where it belonged. Gabo.
I got plenty of shirts that my current girlfriend got me, so we're
You can also buy plenty of shirts at wickedgoodgaming.com/shop. And hey, listen, if you go into I said this last week, real quick. I did say this last week, but the first person that asks me for a discount code in our Discord, if they're new to our Discord, actually, yeah, 2 of them. I'll give out 2 of them. If they are one to somebody who is new to our Discord and one to somebody who has been there, I will give you one. I'll dig one up and I'll give you a discount code. I don't know how much it is because I don't know how much I can discount them. I'm already losing the shirt off my back every time we sell one of these bad boys. But listen, these shits are fucking nice. So listen, if you got a job interview coming up, you want to say, hey, listen, I want to let them know that I'm an intellectual. You go ahead and get yourself some merch. wickedgoodgaming.com/shop. Weddings ain't cheap, so buy some t-shirts. Thank you.
Love it. And before I pass it off to Plum, Jess, thank you for the 500 bits. Absence Patrol. He says, Chris P, it's Chris V. Show the love, Brody. So shout out you, Chris V. Good guy. Good guy. So without further ado, I'm going to roll the red carpet out to our guest, Plumdrop. Thank you so much for joining us. Feel free to plug what you want to plug. Shout out who you want to shout out. The floor is all yours.
No, just, thank you guys so much for having me. It's always so much fun, you guys. Like I said, on my Twitter, my Instagram, you guys are the coolest guys on the internet. Love you guys. Do you remember?
Wow.
Do you remember?
Were we drunk?
Yes. We're at the Aces after party.
Yep, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were definitely drunk though.
I'll tell you
Where
later.
was that?
I don't know, dude. I was drinking vodka Red Bull, so you know that I was on one.
Aces?
Yep.
It was
Or
Aces.
Acer.
Acer, that's what it was. Sorry.
Okay,
Acer
don't
after.
scare me like that because I legitimately was like, oh my god, I don't remember that.
Where were we? No, but seriously, thank you guys so much for having me. You guys are all fun. Shout out to our boy Steve.
Yeah.
Shout out to Steve, always king.
He's at TwitchCon. Bless his heart. Hope he gets to clap some cheeks.
Hell yes.
Not the cheek, Steve.
Yep.
And
That's all I got. Thank you guys.
thank you.
Oh, I got one more shout out as well.
Go ahead, Bob.
I got one more. We got to give a big shout out to our pal Seth David Music, who made it into the finalists, the final 8 for Twitch Sings competition. He will be performing live this Saturday. I'm not sure what time, but he's in the top 8. Gotta love it. Kid's fucking repping Wicked Good Gaming out at TwitchCon right now. He said he's going to be wearing the shirt, so if he's not wearing the shirt, I'm going to be very upset. I'll cry live when he performs. I cry every time he performs anyway, but I'll cry sad tears this time.
He was wearing the shirt at Epcot, so I mean,
know.
listen, just repping the brand. That's the farthest out. We have SIGs in Florida who don't even rep our merch down there, so unreal.
We have SIGs in Australia.
Yeah, shout out to the Australians. Shout out to the Australian SIGs. It's a good thing we didn't name our fan base Jules, because
They would have been all gone.
tough. They all get arrested.
Yo, Bob, speaking of Seth's beautiful voice, anything else you want to shout out singing wise? Any events coming up?
God, I am so fucking glad you asked me this, Chris. I could rip another shirt. You guys got to stay tuned because we will be having our very first Twitch idol, Wicked Good Gaming hosted, featuring our pal Seth David Music. So, if you guys think you got the singing chops, or if you know somebody who thinks they have the singing chops, you could join our Discord for all the information. Someone starts spamming Discord in chat. There will be signups. You'll get to perform live during one of our streams. We, Chris, Dom, and I, as well as Seth, will be judging, and we will have live chat interaction for a 5th vote for everybody competing. So if you think you can win, sign up. If you want to just show off on Twitch, come join us. We will be figuring out the prizes and the giveaway stuff whenever we, determine how many people are registering. So check it out. Jump in the Discord. Stop fucking posting !feet. Let's get fucking Twitch idol. Stay tuned, guys. We're shooting for November.
Absolutely love it. Oh, there goes Plum too. Oh my god, look at you guys. Oh, there's actual feet emotes. What?
Does this stuff really need to keep going? That's right, Bob. Never again.
All right, let's end this.
Let's end it. But yeah, Twitch Idol, keep an eye out. If you're listening to the podcast live on twitch.tv/wickedgoodgaming, thank you so much for watching. If you're listening to the pre-recorded on Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, iHeartRadio, Google Music, Christian Mingle, yeah, there's all major
MySpace media player that you had to like embed yourself, code it up. Shout out MySpace.
Oh yeah.
That's true. But if you're listening to
music.
it and somehow you're listening to this and you're like, shit, it's not on my favorite podcast platform, let us know and I will make sure Dom gets it on there because Dom does that type of shit as well as a lot of other stuff. But thank you again for listening. If you want to follow us on social media, it's at Wicked Good Gaming on everything besides Twitter. It is at Wicked Good Games. If you want to watch the VODs of all podcasts, if you couldn't catch the live show, they're on YouTube, youtube.com/Wicked Good Gaming. Check them out there. Drop a sub because I only shout out subscribers to our YouTube channel on the stream because you gotta keep things spicy a little bit. You gotta keep it spicy. And that just about does it. Once again, thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you, Plum, for joining us again. That was episode 147 of Not Another Gaming Podcast, and we will see you guys next week.